welcome back to the GSL Code A with Wolf and Caldor. Next up we have the Battle of the J's. It is JYP against jjakji. Now, the first player's name is with a capital J, but the second player has 3 J's in his name. He starts with a double J, man.
Yeah, he does. And, well, I can't get over the fact I told you earlier, and when we arrived today, it's really hot in Korea right now, so it's getting quite warm. And we went into the makeup room, and the makeup lady gives me the jacket and the shirt and the tie. And I take the hanger, and then I'm like, wait a second, you forgot something. So I'm looking down, and I see that I'm still wearing shorts. I forgot to change my pants. Now I just look like a clown. I'm sitting here with everything, and as soon as I stand up, all the Korean cast has already made fun of me. And I was just standing there, I was like, oh my god, why me?
You know why?
You could have told me.
We
went to the GOM house earlier.
That's true, but listen, man, I actually never have this problem. You know why? I vetoed shorts. I don't wear shorts, man.
Why? Do you have really ugly legs? Or?
No, my legs are actually quite sexy. Do you want to look?
Prove it, yeah.
You want to see right now? Like,
yeah.
Oh, I'm wearing really long socks. I'm serious, look. I'm wearing really long socks. They actually
what is
really
that?
I have really long socks right now. Now, here's the other thing, Kelder. I really like long socks because they're very comfortable.
Next break, you, me, bathroom.
All right. Sounds pretty good.
Don't say it like that.
I have so many things to show you, but
TLO just writes me on Twitter. He's like, you should stand up during the cast. Well, if you shave your beard, I might actually stand up during the... No, I'm not gonna do that. I really look like a clown right now.
Well, I don't know. You look fine. I think you look fine. Nobody can see anyways.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, I could be wearing I could be here in my underwear now. Like, everyone trusts me because I just said I was wearing long socks and pants. But I could be in my underwear, and only the live viewers would know.
How? Where do the socks go to, by the way?
These socks go all the way up to here, like to where my knee is.
You're joking.
I'm not joking. They're really comfortable though. It's not that hot outside, so I can wear these.
It is really hot. I would die.
Compared to where I'm from, man, this is not hot at all.
Okay. Well, there's definitely someone going to die today, at least in StarCraft II. We have the game coming up with jjakji against JYP. Match number 1 is going to start beyond Antigua. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for this Terran vs. Protoss.
Down on your luck and it's Monday morning. Just stuck in a cage and you can't break free.
And here we go with our Protoss player starting to the right side of the map. In the red color, we have Evil Genius.
JYP.
The only EG player to advance from the round of 48.
Yep. Pretty nice guy. Really decent chap.
Really
good
nice
English
guy.
as well. To the left, maybe a little bit shy. To the left side of the map, we have as opponent former GSL champion
NS 호소 짝지.
Looked sharp as usual. He was able to defeat Lenok in the GSL finals. That's actually something that a lot of people did not expect, especially because in this particular season, Lenok was playing so well against Terran. He took down MVP in a series that still amazes me up to this day. Those games were so close, probably the best StarCraft that I've seen in months. It was ridiculous. And after the series, everyone was like, yeah, well, Lenok is going to take this. He has this easy. jjakji doesn't stand a chance. And then suddenly jjakji just steps up his game and, won the series. And with an impressive performance. That was amazing. And now he's up against JYP here. The winner prediction in favor of our Terran player too is 71% against 28.
Yeah. I remember that finals very well. It was very, very good games. I actually brought a girl to the finals, and it was like her first time. I mean, she'd seen some StarCraft 1 before, but not a lot. And I just brought her there. I was like, she's probably not gonna like it that much, but whatever. I got to go to this, you know. She has no choice. She has to come with me. And I sat there like this most excited nerd she had ever seen, just being so. I'm like, these matches are awesome. She's like, what's an Overlord? I'm like, no. I'm like, just let me watch this. That was actually such an awesome finals. I really enjoyed it. You can see the win rates here for these two players. Oh my god! That probe got in. He got in, man.
talked to a few players, and some of them really prefer to let the probe in because they say, yeah, they are not going to see anything that I'm really going to try.
Oh yeah,
to
he
hide.
went in there. He went in there and then went behind the gas. And
Just trapping it and trying to take down
this
the
is
probe
sick.
early on. Why does he not build it?
yeah, I don't know. I was about to be like, well, that's really weird, but
The thing is, he blocks the expansion of the Protoss player. I talked to a lot of Protoss players when that actually started, because usually this was something that you used to do against Zerg, and as a Zerg player it's really frustrating. And for example, I talked to Todd about it, and he said that it just makes him so mad when it happens.
it's more frustrating for Protoss than it is for Zerg, in my opinion.
It throws just your timings off, but I have no idea why jjakji did not continue to build this engineering bay.
He wanted to save the SCV, I suppose.
But still, I think it's worth
I
it.
think it's worth it as well.
And
at least build it more.
Exactly, like half the way.
Yeah, that was really weird. The thing about doing this to a Protoss is that the Protoss, in most cases, does not have a Zealot. And even if he has a Zealot, it still takes forever. With only one Stalker, it takes so long to kill that, whereas if you have 4 Zerglings, which you're going to have anyways as a Zerg, you're just going to kill it so much faster. But the Stalker just does such little DPS so slowly that it takes forever. Your next gets so significantly delayed. And as a Protoss, there's no way to just, like, make a queen faster or something, you know what I mean? You can't just make it on the high ground, you just like don't have any other choice.
And Tiga also is a map that is really hard for Protoss right now against Terran. And well, you can do a lot of early gate pressure. You can, for example, where you sometimes see the 3-gate pressure, where you just try to hide a pylon and you go for it. But usually with the bunker in position at the... Well, he doesn't have one at the choke point, but he will probably build one very, very soon. And Terran's by now figured out most of the positions where you have one of those early pylons. He's walking across the map actually with his Marines, getting stim and +1 attack, while JYP transitions into Robo, basically a standard build that we usually have by Protoss players, starting with 1 gate into expansion, adding another 2, and the robotics.
Yeah, very... I think that the way that this matchup will be played will very rarely change until the way that Terran players change the way they play, because the way Protoss players play right now is very flexible, and it's like really easy to cut corners in some ways with the Nexus, for example.
Using a very early Warp Prism here.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see. But for example, Terrans are pretty much always going for the 1-racks expand, no matter what, whereas Protoss have a bunch of different expansion builds they can do. They have attacking builds, and until Terrans start going into more mech-oriented play or going back into more aggressive openings, the Protosses will always just play this way.
I remember very vividly how Naniwa prepared against MVP, and he played against Bomber over and over again on this map, and this was one of the maps where he struggled the most because it was really hard for him to win. Bomber was just so strong on this map, and this is something that JYP has to face right now. The Warp Prism has a very nice touch to it, bunker at the front already, and a very, very fast robotics bay as well. So he's going apparently for the 2-base Colossus timing, but with the Warp Prism he will be able to harass a lot.
He's trying to pull these Marines down so that he can use the Warp Prism to sentry exactly like we saw before. It looks like he's inspired by the play we saw against Dongray Gu. And he will get the force field. He needs more units though. He does not have very many gateways.
Yeah, that's a bit of a problem right now, but the force fields are exactly where they should be. He needs to make sure that these sentries survive though. The sentries are key here.
Yeah, I'm surprised he actually used Guardian Shield there. That was kind of weird, and now he's going to lose one of the sentries.
He didn't really do all too much damage. He pulled Mighty Time, and with the Warp Prism dying, this is a big problem
Sentry
right now.
and the Zealots, that was pretty
everything.
Tough. But he does have Colossi on the way to follow this up, and that's going to be a pretty good move considering his opponent has not gotten that tech really up to get the Vikings out. In fact, he made a medevac so desperately before he even put his starport on the reactor.
Yeah, so he can get the Vikings as soon as he needs to. There are a lot of Marines that he has forced, but this is definitely a problem for him. He lost so much with this attack. He just stole mining time. He had to pull off all his SCVs, and well, at this point, JYP has a big problem.
Yeah, he does have the big solution though, which is these the first Colossus is out. His opponent does not have combat shields. A lot of his Marines are very injured, and this first battle could go extremely well for him. And in fact, it should here. He's going to be careful though. He's going to use really good force shields because even though this army is fairly injured and it doesn't have combat shields, he does have stim and enough Marines to target down that Colossus. Pulls back. He's going to wait for the second one. He's not getting range. He's adding 2 additional gateways. He really wants to just hit this timing, go with 2 Colossi, and try to kill his opponent.
I'm not quite sure that's going to work, though. We already talked about that he has the starport with the reactor. He will get the Vikings, and it's just really gambling on the Colossi at this point.
There are some Stalkers, in play to defend this dropship, and this will likely be shut down right away. jjakji's not preparing for a flank either. We'll take out the pylon though.
Yeah, he knows that he has been scouted at this point. There's no reason to get into the main base. No third base attempts by neither one of these players. We have now upgrades starting, +1 armor for both of them. Nearly done. And here comes, pushing out. Control of the middle of the map is in possession of jjakji now, so he has the Zanaga Watchtower, he knows what's coming, and he already has a few Vikings. He's getting additional 2, he's at 2 right now, he will have 4 in total. And +2/+2 being started for jjakji. Did he just cancel one of his upgrades, or did he just complete?
Jeez.
Oh, there it is again. He canceled it
Cancel it momentarily.
Yeah.
Looks like you want to get that Viking out really fast.
Yep.
And once he started the Viking, he started it again, which is kind of weird, but I get it. The thing is, like, getting the Viking out a few seconds earlier is not usually going to be as helpful as getting that +2 upgrade out a little bit faster. We do have very even supplies, very even upgrades coming out, or not, they're decently even, as he's going to have +2 armor. Opponent's going to have better armor than he does, though. Gotta be careful moving this whole army out like this. In fact, he almost sent his Colossus to his death as well.
We have no Storm on the way. We have Charge, Storm, decent upgrades. So JYP actually on the same supply as jjakji, and he has a very, very potent army. If he has Colossi and Storm, and he gets a few decent hits in there, then that will be a huge problem for jjakji, especially because jjakji does not really prepare for Storm. He prepares for the Colossi, but there are only 2 of them at this point, and he doesn't have a Ghost Academy. He will not have EMP.
He didn't even get range for his Colossi, in fact, and
it's like a fake at this point.
Yeah, very true. I noticed JYP's making a photon cannon as natural. He really just wants to sit back and defend. He wants to make a third base, but he's not certain if that's appropriate at this point in time. He hides the Templar, by the way, when he moves and kills his Marine. He's making sure the Templar are not shown. And right now, there's still no Ghost Academy for jjakji, who is preparing to move out. He knows that there's likely going to be a Nexus here very soon. He wants to get aggressive.
Without the range upgrade, do you think it was on purpose? I think with this position.
Yeah, no, I think it definitely was. He definitely wanted. I think he wanted to hit a 2 Colossus timing very quickly.
Realized that he could probably not get away with it. Decided to not get the range upgrade and start the transition into. And it kind of works because look at how many Vikings there are by now. We have 10 Vikings. He's getting additional 2. He will have so much supply in those Vikings that, of course, the Colossi will die instantly, but with the Storm that he has, all these Storms, they will do so much damage. There are no Ghosts. There isn't even a Ghost Academy.
No Ghost Academy whatsoever. He has upgrades. He's even got +1 ship weapons.
Oh, and here comes the engagement. The Storm start, and now he realized what was happening. Another Storm doing a ton of damage. Beautiful force fields here. He has to retreat now. He's actually dropping in supply. Another Storm, quite defensive, and he storms again, loses the High Templars though.
He hasn't even killed both Colossi. He does now get the second one.
Finally they die.
They did a lot of damage in that fight as well. And jjakji, you got to be a little bit surprised here now that third Nexus is getting closer to being completed, but as is the third command center. He's going to try to make use of these Vikings. Looks like he's going to land them, do some harassment here, which is actually really smart.
He immediately started to build his Ghost Academy, and now we have the Viking harass in the main base in assault mode. Oh, he might be able to take down the Cybernetics core. Finally, we have a few. Yeah, he's not charging, and he knows exactly that the low ground.
Oh, this is so scary, though. This could kill JYP or jjakji's army if he doesn't engage this correctly. Now he's positioning himself well. He's going to do a drop on the Nexus, try to reposition JYP. If he can force him up the ramp, and he can get a concave at the bottom, he'll be in great shape. We'll see if JYP falls for it. He absolutely does. He's going up the ramp.
But
this is exactly what jjakji wanted.
Storm, yeah, beautiful Storms. They hit the mark. And now he's even moving into the Storm, but is it going to be enough? jjakji has the supply lead here.
Yeah, he just has too much, I think.
It's just too much. Even though JYP has decent Storms here, he is just not in a position where he can take down the army of jjakji's. It is way too much firepower.
The DPS is too much. Even the Vikings on the ground with their +1 are not, they're not terrible here. I mean, they're doing some damage.
All the army is in the red, but he just does not have more anti-air damage, and everything is about to die. The Immortals are dying, the last few Stalkers, not enough to hold off this army here. Another round of warp-ins happens, but is this really helpful? He pulls his probes as well, but even if he defeats this army, he lost too much already. Yeah.
Well,
The third base
lost
is
his
gone,
Nexus.
yeah.
GG. jjakji having a very key engagement there. The Storms were decent, but the problem was the Zealots were not engaging exactly as he wanted them to. A lot of them went up to defend the third, then he pulled them down. Some hesitation there. And in general, JYP's build order was basically hurt a lot by the fact that his sentry drop didn't do as much as he wanted it to, and he looks really upset in there.
Yeah, he's looking really, really upset.
I don't think I've ever seen a player look that upset, not even Marine King, man.
Especially after the first map.
Yeah, it's just the first map. That's the most important thing to remember here. NSOSA coach going in there, talking to jjakji. NSOSA is such a cool team. You know, it's a university here in Seoul. I've seen people wearing the letter jackets. It must have a decent amount of students because I've seen people on the subway wearing the jackets for it. Not the team jacket, of course, but the actual jacket for the university. And it's got a pretty strong StarCraft team. And it's so cool to know that in this country, a university can just have a StarCraft team like this and be so successful. And it's kind of inspirational. If you guys at home have a university, get some friends together. You guys might not be able to go pro. You might be able to, who knows, but there's already a CSL, there's CESL, there's all these collegiate star leagues out there that you guys should definitely think about joining. If you guys have a bunch of StarCraft friends at the college, get together and make a team, make a club, just play StarCraft together, watch the GSL together, because everybody loves to watch the GSL and loves to watch StarCraft, but what's better is actually being able to watch with your friends, hang out with your friends, and be with people who love what you do. And I definitely recommend getting on your school's forums or posting signs, you know, putting up flyers and saying, hey guys, does anyone play StarCraft? Does anyone want to get together and watch this stuff? Because I guarantee you, people do.
Yeah, you're perfectly right about this. JYP is really roamed out here, and he's down a game. jjakji played very well. The next map is going to be Metropolis. But yeah, the one thing that I also really like about that we have not the parallel streaming with the Code 8 groups is that now it's a lot more attractive for people to actually organize BotCrafts for just the Code 8 matches, because it's 8 matches after another, so that's really awesome, and that actually pays off.
Yeah, it definitely does. Well, Caldor, it's time for second match. Can JYP pull himself together here, let go of his emotions, and tie up the series 1-1, or will jjakji, a former GSL champion, take him out 2-0? It's the GSL Code A with Caldor and Wolf.